Hello everyone. So today we will discuss about unsupervised deep learning, autoencoders. So autoencoders are deep neural networks which are unsupervised in nature. It learns how to represent an input data in a compact form. Means that it is going to compress the input data, and the compressed data can be recovered from the compressed value in a in the decoding part. So usually along with the autoencoder has two parts, an encoder part and a decoder part. Usually the decompressed or recovered version will be a somewhat degraded version of the input data, may not be as the original data, and the accuracy depends upon how much the recovered data is same as the original data. Basically, autoencoders are used for the usage of autoencoders are removing noise from your data or for dimensionality reduction. The idea of autoencoders can be applied to any kinds of data such as images, sounds, movie frames, weather data, or any text data or speech signal, anything. So any data this can be applied. The basic mechanism is, given an input data, you are going to represent it in a compact form, and at any required positions you can decompress or recover the original data. So for example, a simple autoencoder, you build a deep learning system to figure out a compression scheme for any kind of data. Let's say you have grayscale images of 100 into 100 size, 10,000 pixels. So you are going to represent each of these pixels as a number. So you have 10,000 numbers with you. Find a best way to represent them using only 20 numbers. That is what you are going to 10,000 to 20. That compression you are going to attain. So as I've told, you have 10,000 numbers, 100 into 100 grayscale image, and you have a system which outputs 20 numbers from the 100 into 100 pixels. So it is a compression or a compact representation of the actual input data. So a simple autoencoder, as I've told, along with an in an autoencoder you have an encoding part and a decoding part. The encoder is followed by a decoder which recovers the original 10,000 pixel values from the 20 number. So 10,000 to 20, that is the encoding part, and 20 to 10,000 back, that is the decoding part. So as an output of this entire autoencoder system, what you are going to get is the 100 into 100 pixels. So pixel numbers will go as an input, and it will be converted into 20 numbers, then recovered to 10,000, 100 into 100 again, and will be outputted. So this sequence is called an auto encoding. So with this architecture, what we are going to do is, we are training our system with each input image. We take each of the input image, and that image will be trained with system, and the same input image is also our target output. So you have a system which finds the best way to compress 100 into 100 image to 20 numbers. Then correspondingly you recover the 100 into 100 values from the 20 numbers and compare it with the original uncompressed target or the original input image. Then you come up with a best way to encode, and then you go back and find the best way to encode your input so that the decoder version is as close as the possible input. So what you're trying to achieve is you train your system in such a way that you compress your input image to 20 numbers, you decompress it or uncompress it to the target and compare it with the output. Then you go back and find which is the best way to compress your image so that the decoded version is as close as the input. Let's see an example. This symbol autoencoder example we do for dimensionality reduction, and here the example dataset which we take is the iris flower dataset. As you know, it has got 4 dimensions. We try to reduce the dimensionality of iris flower dataset using symbol autoencoder and compare the result with the dimensionality reduction results of PCA, principal component analysis. So the example what we are going to do is we are taking iris flower dataset, the dimensionality we reduce and we plot it and compare with the same dimension reduction of that of principal component analysis. So this is our example. So we import NumPy and initialize random seed. We import matplotlib library. From scikit-learn datasets, import iris dataset. Once iris dataset is available, you find out what is there in the X and what is the data and what is the target, or X data and its corresponding labels. So now we have 150 into 4 shape for data, 150 into 1 for target. What are the feature names, or what is that 4 dimensions? Sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. These are the 4 dimensions. We try with this example we try to reduce the dimension. Okay, so from sklearn.model selection we import training and testing split. We split your entire data as xtrain, xtest and ytrain, ytest. With this value, test size is 0.5, so 50% of the data is taken as the taken for training and the rest 50% is taken for testing. So train.shape will be 75, test.shape also will be 75. Total data available is 154, and now it is 75.4 for training and 75.4 for testing. In the next step, what we do is we apply standard scaling on xtrain and xtest. So scalar dot fit transform xtrain, scalar dot transform xtest. So training and testing data is also scaled, standard scalar. Then we create a simple encoder and a decoder. So in our system what we have is a single layer, or what we are going to do here is we are creating a neural network with some input layer and some output layer. So the neural network here has an encoding stage with number of outputs at the encoding level is 2, number of outputs at the decoding layer is 4. So what we have here is we have an input layer and this is your input layer. Output of the input layer is 2. So total input shape is 4. Once this layer is passed, your number of output at this layer is 2. So this is the code what you have. So for dimension data is reduced to 2 dimension. Now the input shape is 2. To the decoding stage, the input shape is 2 and the output shape is 4. So it is a Keras dot models dot sequential layer, so a dense layer and a second dense layer. The first dense layer is an encoder, second dense layer is a decoder. You create a sequential of the encoder followed by decoder. So the summary of the neural network will be like this. You have 2 layers. Output shape is 2 for the first layer, output shape is 4 for the second layer. So we have only a single input layer and an output layer. There is no hidden layer in this case. This is a simple autoencoder. You have an input layer with output shape is 2. You have an output layer with output shape is 4. Now you try to compile your autoencoder with loss is equal to mean squared error and optimizer Adam. Then autoencoder dot fit xtrain 500 epochs. Then validation data is xtest. The output you are going to get is predict with xtest. Then you see the output shape. Let's see that. Once we have completed all the 500 epochs, the output shape what you got is 75,2. So output shape of the coding is 75. Output shape has dimension 2. So this may be the first dimension data. Once you plot it as a scatter plot, this may be your first dimension and this may be your second dimension. Now you compare your results with the decomposition using PCA. So from sklearn you import PCA, number of components is equal to 2. You say PCA dot transform xtest. Then also you get almost a similar what you call scatter plot. So what it means is it gives you somewhat comparable results in with PCA. So a simple autoencoder with only 2 layers, input and output, and specifying the number of outputs in the input layer, number of number of components in the coding. So with that we conclude the session. Autoencoders are once again have autoencoders contains layers for representing your data in a compressed format. So autoencoder will be having a sand block like structure where in the middle what you have as a coding. So input you will be specifying or supplying the input, then the input will be converted into a coding, and from there you can construct or recover your input data from coding, and the recovered data can be compared so as to find out the accuracy of your autoencoder. Thank you.